Et voilà, bienvenue dans un autre webinaire pour apprendre le français avec Lingopie, une plateforme pour apprendre des langues avec des shows, des films et de la musique. So welcome again to another webinar from our Lingopie family to learn French. Today, as every Tuesday, we are going to have these open grammar lessons to learn the French grammar. And today it's going to be based on this show. We are going to talk about this show in some minutes in order to learn expressions of quantity. So to start, we'd like to know a little bit more about you, to have a short presentation. After that, how we are going to get organized today. We are going to have some curious information about French. We are going to watch together some minutes of the show that maybe you have watched already or not. It's not a matter today. And after that, we are going to have our grammar lesson with our teacher. So who is our teacher here is Roxie. Donc, Roxie, est-ce que tu veux te présenter, s'il te plaît?
Oui, salut tout le monde, soyez les bienvenus.
Bon, avec Roxy, on va voir notre leçon de grammaire en français. I'm Elizabeth. I'm going to be your host today, and I'm going to make some English and French in order to have useful information for all of you and clear for all levels. Remember that at the end of this webinar, we are going also to have a question and answer moment. So if you have any questions about what Lingopie is, how to use the platform, or any other useful information that I'm going to share with you at the end, you are welcome to stay and be part of that moment. Donc, s'il vous plaît, merci beaucoup, Mickey, d'avoir commencé dans le chat. Vous pouvez écrire dans le chat d'où vous venez et quel show film vous regardez actuellement sur Lingopie. Ce sera un plaisir de vous lire. Aussi, si vous êtes complètement nouvelle dans Lingopie, vous ne regardez pas un show à ce moment, vous pouvez écrire que vous êtes complètement débutante et on va donner vous des recommandations pour cette semaine. So please, in order to get to know a little bit, please write in the chat where you are connecting from and what show you're currently watching on Lingopie. But in case if you are not watching a show because you are completely new, just write in the chat that this is your first time, and we are going to give you also some suggestions for this week. So, bienvenue Mickey, je suis des États-Unis et je regarde seulement 3 films. Donc, vous êtes en train de regarder des films. Vous vous souvenez de les noms des films? Ça sera très bien de savoir. Et aussi, Jean Hostetler, je m'appelle Jean, et des États-Unis aussi, bienvenue. On a aussi Judy de San Antonio, Texas, bienvenue aussi. Cathy. Cathy, j'habite sur une île, Vashon, aux États-Unis. C'est mon première fois à Lingopie, donc bienvenue, Cathy. Et on a aussi, super, on a aussi Jennifer. Je suis à Nice, France, c'est ma première fois. Bienvenue aussi, Jennifer. On a Olga. Je suis ukrainienne, mais j'habite en Belgique et Ukraine. Je suis à Bruxelles vraiment. Donc, super, c'est international, ce groupe. On a déjà l'Europe, on a des États-Unis. Je m'appelle Deb, bienvenue. J'habite aux États-Unis dans l'État de Wisconsin. Je regarde l'émission 4 en ce moment. 4, c'est une série que vous pouvez trouver sur Lingopie. 4 is a series very nice that you can watch on Lingopie platform. Also, on a David. I'm new to this. My wife and I have an apartment in Nice. We live in Philadelphia. Welcome, David. And your wife, if it's there too. Gérard, je m'appelle Gérard de Las Vegas. Ceci, c'est mon première fois aussi. Super, bienvenue. Bonjour, je suis Carmen, j'habite Atlanta, je suis nouveau à Lingopie. Cool. Et les films sont Bertrand de Dalton et Don't Love Me in Dreams. C'est une très bonne série, en fait. Bertrand de Dalton, there are series that we highly recommend you to watch on Lingopie. They're very funny and Mickey is already watching them. Roxy, qu'est-ce que tu regardes cette semaine sur Lingopie?
Moi, je regarde 4.
4 aussi 4. C'est une très bonne série, 4, que vous pourrez trouver. Et aussi pour les personnes qui sont débutantes, je vais écrire Geronimo Stilton. It's a very nice series. They're cartoons but we love them. They're very French cartoons with a very French spirit. They're very funny, and it's great to learn French grammar, vocabulary with Geronimo Stilton. You can find it in our platform. So as most of you are new, please don't worry if you have doubts of how to use all this. We are going to share this information until the end, so welcome. And I want you to know that we are having these webinars every Tuesday at the same time. We're having, as today, a grammar lesson based on a show, and on the following Tuesday, we're meeting to have a guided conversation where you are divided into groups, beginners and advanced from 2 groups. Today, we're going to work all together. OK? It's an open grammar lessons for all levels. Donc, aujourd'hui, on va travailler tous ensemble. Et on va commencer avec les saviez-vous. Saviez-vous l'origine du mot carnaval? Non, un mot utilisé en français, en espagnol, en portugais et en italien, carnaval, a son origine en latin dans l'expression carne levare, qui signifie enlever la viande ou au revoir de la viande. Il a représenté des périodes de fêtes où tout était permis. Du Moyen Âge à nos jours, il a eu des variations selon les cultures. Vous voulez savoir comment il est célébré aujourd'hui en France? Ne manquez pas notre article sur les forums. Et maintenant, je vais partager cet article sur les forums. This is our forum. I'm going to translate all what I have said in English in a moment. So this is the forum where if you want to know more about the carnival, our teacher Roxie has written an article, and I'm going to share this article with you in the chat. So you can copy and save this link in your device in order to know more about how the carnival is celebrated nowadays in France, because we are finishing this month of February, and in February in many parts of the world we were celebrating the carnival, and we wanted to talk about this with you. So if you want to learn more about that, you can look for this article in our forum. If you don't know what is our forum, don't worry. At the end of this webinar, I'm going to explain you with more details. So carnival, it's a word that comes from the Latin, and it means remove meat or farewell to meat, and is, as maybe most of you already know, it's related to these celebrations where all the people are eating and dancing and celebrating. So if you want to know more about how this has changed from the Moyen Âge, je vous liais en anglais. Roxy, s'il te plaît.
Middle Ages.
From Middle Ages to nowadays, thank you. You can read more in this article. Okay, in order to start with our grammar lesson, first of all, we are going to watch 2 minutes of this series, Amis Des Lobbies. After hunting, deforestation, or even the manipulation of scientific studies, Amis Des Lobbies, an ecological web series, is projected into the world after, a new post-thermo-industrial era that will have changed all the codes of our current civilization. So this is what this series is about, that is available in our Lingopie platform. Mais comment on peut dire ça en français, s'il te plaît, Roxy?
Pour simplifier, en français, on pourrait dire que c'est une série écolo qui parle sur la manipulation de la science et des études par rapport à la chasse, à la déforestation, à tous les changements du climat, etc. Alors, moi, je recommande cette série. On peut la voir un peu sarcastique, mais il y a des statistiques qui sont vraies.
Exactement. On peut apprendre beaucoup avec cette série. Donc, voilà, on va commencer. It's time to watch. Donc, on va regarder 2 minutes ensemble. Et ici, voilà. Donc, je vais partager mon écran. Et voilà. 3, 2, 1, action.
Salut à toi, ami des lobbies. Sais-tu que la mode est ma grande passion? Les barons de la mode façonnent ton regard. Ils savent ce que tu aimeras demain. S'il y a plus de journalistes à la Fashion Week qu'à la COP24, c'est pas un hasard. Une nouvelle collection, c'est supérieurement important. Tu te rends pas compte? Pour un événement pareil, je serais prêt à couper des arbres centenaires. Avec Chanel, on est bien d'accord là-dessus. La tendance printemps-été 2019, transparence et plastique. Au Moyen-Âge, une tendance durait environ un siècle et demi. Aujourd'hui, les grandes maisons sortent une nouvelle collection tous les 2 mois. 2 mois? Mais c'est pas assez 2 mois. Moi, au bout de 2 semaines sans défiler, je suis perdu. Et pour le prêt-à-porter, c'est pareil. J'aime quand ça va vite. Vivre à 100 à l'heure. Vivre intense. Vivre fort. Vivre... J'aime acheter vite, jeter vite, bref.
La fast fashion. Depuis le début des années 2000, on achète 2 fois plus de vêtements. 50% de ces vêtements sont achetés en solde. Il ne faut surtout pas rater les soldes. Sais-tu que pendant le Black Friday, tu vas réaliser en moyenne 2% d'économie sur tous tes achats? Waouh! Et on ne fait pas qu'acheter 2 fois plus de vêtements, on les jette aussi 2 fois plus vite. 80% des textiles achetés en Occident finissent à la poubelle. En France, seulement un tiers du textile est collecté et trié. Le reste, c'est poubelle!
Il ne faut pas garder ces vêtements trop longtemps. Regarde, j'ai acheté cette veste l'année dernière. Mais tu vois bien qu'elle est plus vraiment... je l'aime plus, voilà. J'en ai même honte.
Voilà, on s'arrête là. We are going to stop here. So you can continue watching the rest of this episode if you haven't watched it yet. So as most of you are new, I'm going to explain very quickly some features that we have on our platform. So this is how our platform looks like. And we have features created for your language learning experience. For example, you have the speed feature. So it can happen in many series that the character speaks very fast. And if you're a beginner, this will make it very difficult for you. So don't worry, you can change the speed in order to have a better listening comprehension. Also, you can loop a sentence in case you love a sentence or it's something that you need to practice, so you can loop it. Also, this is a great tool where you can say the sentence. So you are going to be recorded. You will have a feedback of how you did it, right? And you can also see your progress. Also, you can listen how you need to speak the sentence all the time, as many times as you need. And our favorite part, our great subtitles. Why? Because you can choose if you want to watch with English subtitles or not, right? You can also choose the mashup option, which is highly recommended for completely beginners because you're going to have lines in English with inserts in French. But the best part are our French subtitles, because just passing by the mouse, yeah, you will have instant translation that will stop the video, right, while you are watching. But if you click on them, you are going to have the listening, and you're going to have this flashcard, right, with a dictionary that's going to be related to the context, and you can hide or view more grammar details about this expression. And by clicking this, right, if you click here, for example, will happen the same, and it will be automatically saved in your personal list. With this list of new words and expressions, you are going to be able to do games, flashcards with them in order to reinforce the new vocabulary that you are watching. Okay, so this is just very quickly for you to know, and don't miss all the features that we have. Now we are going to continue with our leçon de grammaire. Donc, on y va. Roxy, c'est à toi.
Oui, on y va. Aujourd'hui, on va voir la quantité. Today we are going to talk about quantity, but not the common adverbs or ways to express. Pas les façons ordinaires de l'exprimer que vous utilisez le plus souvent. Par exemple, pour exprimer la quantité, on achète 2 fois plus de vêtements. On achète 2 fois plus vite. Hein? In English, we buy twice as many clothes. We buy twice as fast. Un quart des pesticides utilisés. A quarter of the pesticides used. 50% de ces vêtements. 50% of those clothes. Mais jamais plus du double, but never more than double. Seulement un tiers du textile, only a third of textile. So we don't use them very often, but it's very good to include them in our vocabulary when we are expressing quantity. 2 fois plus, un quart, 50%, plus du double et un tiers. OK, next slide. OK, maintenant un petit exercice. Faites une phrase en utilisant 3 fois plus, un tiers, plus du triple et la moitié. Half, la moitié. So you have 5 minutes to think of a sentence, or you can write it in the chat using these 4 ways to express quantity in French.
Donc, on commence, on y va. 5 minutes. Remember that if you have any questions, you can just raise your hand or open the microphone and do it.
Ah, ça c'est beau.
Vous avez 3 minutes encore. You still have 3 minutes. And remember that you can write in the chat. Super. Il y a
Ouais,
beaucoup de phrases dans les chats.
très bien, quelle production.
Oui, c'est pas facile d'écrire en français, donc bravo. Beaucoup de phrases me font rire. Hein? De phrases. Bon. Qu'est-ce que tu penses, Roxy? Dernière minute? Last minute?
Oui, oui, une dernière minute, une dernière minute. Merci de Cathy.
Bon, super. Donc, Roxy, quand tu veux.
Oui, ok. On peut commencer la correction de l'exercice. Voyons, voyons, voyons. Je vais aller au début. Ok. Café. Mon chat a le tiers de mon âge. Oui, un tiers, je peux dire un tiers de mon âge. Hein? Mon chat a un tiers de mon âge. La moitié de mon temps est consacré à travailler, semble-t-il. Très bien. Consacré, pas double E. Not a double E, it's not feminine. Hein? Consacré, juste un E. Temps, c'est masculin, c'est pas féminin. Très bien. Merci, Kate. Quiz. J'ai 3 fois plus de livres que vous. Wow. Il a mangé un tiers de son dîner. Ah, ça c'est mal, hein? C'est pas cool. Il coûte plus du triple bière. J'ai encore la moitié de lait. Ok, ok. Très bien, très bien. Niki, mon mari mange plus du triple de biscuits, plus du triple de biscuits que moi. Wow, ça ne se fait pas, hein? He can't do that. Très bien. Deb, il habite 3 fois plus loin de ma tante. Bien, je jette à la poubelle un tiers de mes poupées. Ah, c'est pas cool. J'aime la moitié de mes collègues pluriel, M-E-S, M-I-S. Robert, le prix de l'essence est presque 3 fois plus qu'il y a un an. Il y a un an. Il y a, il, pas que il. Tu l'écris, Ellie?
Pardon?
Il y a. Non, moi je l'écris qu'il y a.
Oui.
Qu'il y a. Hein? Qu'il y a. Je ne peux pas dire que il y a. Hein? Il y a. Il y a un an. Très bien. Parfait. Je fais du sport 3 fois plus que mon ami. Je fais du sport 3 fois plus que mon ami. OK? Chaque jour, je mange la moitié d'une pomme. Très bien, très bien. C'est très bon pour la santé, pour le cerveau, la pomme. Très bien. Pour étudier le français, to study French. OK. Je comprends à peine la moitié de ce que tu as dit. OK. Je comprends à peine la moitié de ce que tu as dit. Parfait. Et Katie, j'aime cet exercice, moi aussi. Mickey, je fais la moitié de mes corvées. Ah oui, oui, je peux comprendre ça. Hein? Les corvées, do you know what is corvée? Do you know? Okay. Corvées are the tasks that I don't like to do. Homework tasks that I hate is corvée. Hein? Mes corvées sont les choses que je n'aime pas faire. Mes devoirs ou, oui, des sorties, des achats, les choses que, faire le linge, cuisiner. Pour moi, peut-être, cuisiner, c'est une corvée, quelque chose que je n'aime pas. Alors, corvée. Hein? J'ai mangé un tiers de mon déjeuner. OK, très bien. Ça, c'est Carmen. Robert, je dépense un tiers de mon income, salaire, de mon salaire en chocolat. Miam, miam. Je vous vois bien. Miam, miam. C'est cool ça. OK, très bien. Parfait. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Très bien. OK. Maintenant, on va voir 3 expressions que nous avons vues sur la vidéo et on va les apprendre. Hein? Une expression, c'est « ils façonnent ton regard ». They shape your view of things. Hein? Ça, c'est ce que la mode fait. Hein? What fashion does. Fashion tells us what is good, what is bad, how to dress, what is accepted, what is not. Huh? They shape
What is
your
beautiful and what is not, too.
Exactly, exactly. Ils façonnent ton regard. Vive à 100 à l'heure. Hein? Live at 100 an hour. Hein? Ça, c'est très vite, très vite, avec le stress, l'adrénaline, très vite. Vivre à 100 à l'heure. Et ce n'est pas un hasard, it is not a coincidence. Ce n'est pas un hasard, it is not a coincidence. So I invite you to think of a situation or a sentence where you could use il façonne ton regard, vivre à 100 à l'heure et ce n'est pas un hasard.
So you can open your microphone in order to say that, right, Roxy?
Hein?
They can say it
They
opening
can
the
say
mic.
it. Yes, of course, they can say it or type it if too shy to speak. But the idea is to practice.
Le professeur, il façonne ton regard.
OK. Oui. Très bien, très bien. Il façonne ton regard sur l'apprentissage du français.
Oui.
OK. OK. Sur l'apprentissage du français. Très bien. Merci, Kevin. Quelqu'un d'autre? Anybody else would like to try?
La semaine dernière, je vis à 100 à l'heure.
Pardon.
La semaine dernière,
Je vis à 100 à l'heure.
OK, la semaine dernière, j'ai vécu, ça c'est le passé, j'ai vécu à 100 à l'heure. Très bien, oui, très bien. OK, quelqu'un d'autre? Oui, Gérard?
J'habite à Las Vegas. Ici, à cette ville, il y a beaucoup de gens qui vivent à plus de 100 000 à l'heure.
Plus de 100 000 à l'heure. Wow! Wow!
C'est quel village?
Ah oui, c'est un village avec beaucoup de gens qui, beaucoup d'énergie, bien sûr.
Wow.
Stress aussi. Énergie et stress, je crois. Les deux.
Mais peut-être c'est vrai, mais pas pour moi.
Très
Maintenant,
bien.
je suis âgé.
Très bien.
OK,
Très bien.
très bien. Parfait. OK, quelqu'un d'autre qui voudrait participer, qui voudrait partager une phrase, une situation?
Alors, oui, Kumar? Voudrais dire quelque chose? Rohit Bar Kumar? Ah, je crois que vous n'êtes pas très bien. Non.
Quelqu'un d'autre? Anybody else would like to try or type in our chat?
Ce n'est pas,
Oui.
ce n'est pas un hasard que mon petit ami était au magasin.
OK, très bien, très bien. OK, ça va, merci.
Quelqu'un autre? This is your moment to practice, huh? You have this time for you.
I'll try.
OK.
J'ai une joie de vivre, mais je ne peux pas vivre à 100 à l'heure.
Très bien, Carmen, merci. Très
Bon,
bien.
Gérard. Très bien. La même philosophie de vie. Super.
Anybody else?
Alors, France, qui est toujours dans cet webinaire, France, that you're always joining us. I'm sure that you can make a sentence. Are you
Welcome
there?
back, Francis. Welcome back.
Merci, merci, bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Alors, des voyages au beaucoup de pays façon notre regard.
Très bien, très bien. J'adore
Merci.
Francis. Wow.
Merci, merci.
Merci.
Très bien, très bien. Quelqu'un d'autre?
Last call, last chance.
Encore une personne? Somebody else? Just open your microphone. Turn. This is the moment to also, you don't need to make it perfect, huh? You just need to try it. Aujourd'hui, les gens sont timides. Alors, on vous attend, hein? We want one more with Roxie. We are not going to continue with, some of you need to do the sacrifice.
One more, one more, one more.
Salut,
Salut!
ce n'est pas au hasard que ton trajet était annulé.
Alors,
Ok.
ce n'est pas- Une autre fois, tu as compris? Ce n'est pas un hasard que...
Le micro est allumé, je crois qu'elle a dit. Le micro
Ah, ok.
est allumé.
D'accord, bon, c'est fini, super.
Merci,
Bon,
merci à tous.
alors, donc Roxy, je crois qu'on avait fini la leçon de grammaire. Donc, merci beaucoup Roxy de l'avoir préparé. Thank you very much Roxy for having prepared this grammar lesson, thought and created for all levels to express quantity. We hope that all of you have learned something new today. And I'm going to continue in English now, because as here we have all levels mixed, I want to share with you some useful information about how to use Lingopie and all the options that you have, okay? So first of all, before we share with you a link to the forum, so what is the forum and how you can get there, I'm going to share my screen in order to show you. So this is how our catalog looks like, our TV catalog, right? So you have different shows, web series, TV series, movies, cartoons, right? Also you have the beginner friendly category. Also remember that here we have the category shows for our webinars to easily find the shows for our next webinars. Remember that next Tuesday we're still working on Friend of Lobbies, right? We're going to have the guided conversation based on the show. So this is how our catalog looks like. And in the side menu, here where it says community, right? You have the forum. Here it is. So if you click on forum, you will find this page. Remember that if you go where it says Lingopie events, you are going to find all the links to join our French webinars, Spanish webinars, and also it should be here. No, also remember that if you are completely new in the platform, we have the webinars every Wednesday, the onboarding webinars that you can join and have a huge explanation about all the features and how to use the platform. Also in this forum, if you go where it says French learners, inside you are going to find the articles, for example, as the Carnival, you are going to find a lot of articles about French grammar, French culture, and you are more than welcome to read, comment, also to post any question or anything that you would like in order to get in touch with all the Lingopie staff and also the other Lingopie language learners as you, okay? This is why it's our forum, our community is here. Also, in the side menu where it says learn, remember that here you can review and practice all the words and expression that you've been clicking while watching the shows. And also we have the private lessons. What are the private lessons? They are one-on-one instruction lessons where we discuss based on the shows, and there are structured lessons. So we are going to have, of course, grammar, vocabulary, conversation, and as it's one-on-one, it's completely based on your needs, on your level, and you will have much more time to practice also your conversational skills with native teachers. So how you can book it, you just go to the side menu, private lessons, and here you have this option to book your first lesson where you are going to get a diagnosis and we are going to tell you in what level you are and what you can work with us, okay? So we have these private lessons, and for example, Roxy is one of our French teachers. Donc Roxy, est-ce que tu veux ajouter quelque chose? Would you like to add something else about these lessons?
What I would like to say is that the homework you're going to have is working on a video mostly. So it's something that is going to give you some funny moments too, because we try to have fun while learning. And our classes do have a structure. We see expressions and we also do some exercises on grammar like we did here. Not long lessons of grammar, just a review or just an explanation and an exercise to learn new topics.
Exactly. So it's very based on your conversational skills, on the shows, and we learn also the daily life vocabulary, right? As you can see in the shows, we don't learn the French that is only in the books, but it's the French that you're going to find in the streets if you travel, if you go to France, or you meet French speakers. So that is what we can say about our private lessons that you are more than welcome to join, and it will help you to also to reinforce all your language learning experience through the platform. Also, we have our Lingopie blog that you're more than welcome to watch. We have different articles and methodology of how to learn by watching shows, interesting things about also culture. So if you want, you can get subscribed and have all the news in your mail. Also, we have a music catalog, right? This music catalog where you can learn French by listening to French music. So we have the double, let's say, learning process. From one side, you can also read the lyrics and have instant translation of that words, but also you're going to learn what the French people listen, right? What are the French classic? What are the trending music in French nowadays? With how this music that maybe you know it in English sounds in French, the rap hip hop in French, and we are constantly adding new playlists. So you are more than welcome to get to know French culture through its music, and of course, learn French while listening to music. Also, we have this YouTube channel, which is called Lingopie Talks. So you are more than welcome to get subscribed, because in here, we are going to share all these open grammar lessons. So in the French playlist, you will find our previous open grammar lessons that you're also more than welcome to watch, to review. And if you know people that are learning French, also you can share with them. And in case you are new, especially for the people that this is the first time with Lingopie, we highly recommend you to watch this video, how to use Lingopie. It's a 7-minute video that will give you a lot of useful information in order to enjoy this experience, okay? All the links to look all this, we have shared already in our chat, in our Zoom chat. Roxie has shared that, so thank you, Roxie, for that. So I recommend you to copy them and save them in your device, okay? So remember that we have the forum that we hope to reach you there. We have our Lingopie private lessons. We have our blog, our music catalog that it's completely free also, you can try it. And don't forget to follow us on all our social media. So this is the moment that we would like to know if you have any questions or any comment about how was this webinar for you. Remember that next webinar is going to be next Tuesday at the same time, and we are going to have a guided conversation webinar based on this show, okay? So it's highly recommended to watch the episode 4 of this Friends of Lobby, this series, in order to have this guided conversation split on levels. So now I see that, well, many people say thank you, merci à vous pour être là. What is the maximum number of people who can join a class? At the moment, thank you for your question. They're private lessons, so they are only one-on-one. However, we're working on launching this year group lessons, okay? For the moment, we have these open lessons for everybody every Tuesday and private lessons one-on-one. Once we will have the group lessons, we will let you know. So the good thing of the private lesson that you will have a lot of time to train your skills and practice and do all the exercise you. Anybody else? Next week, will we put into groups? Will a teacher be with us? Yes. Next week, Next week, what will happen is that beginners will be with Roxie, that will be guiding you with grammar in order to express yourself. And the people that are intermediate and advanced will be with me in order to create a conversation based on the show. So actually, it's good for you. If you don't, you are more than welcome to join next Tuesday. If you are a beginner, next to your name, once you get, you can put number 1. And if you're intermediate or advanced, next to your main name, add number 2. While when you get to the Zoom and put your name, because according to the number next to your name, we are going to split you into groups, but you will always be with a teacher. De rien, merci à vous, Mickey. Somebody else would like to add any question or let us know how was this webinar for you? If you feel that you learned something today, any suggestions also are also always welcome. So I will wait for your questions and suggestions. Not? Done. Everything is clear, especially for the new ones. Well, I will take that everything is clear. Thank you very much for having joined us. For Roxie and me, it's always a pleasure to see you there, right? We are always happy to see you, meet you, and to keep on learning French. We will wait you for next Tuesday. I don't know if here's a person that put the camera owner, if you want to ask something or not. Is everything okay? Everything okay, good. So, à la prochaine semaine. Merci beaucoup, Roxie. Merci beaucoup d'avoir été là. Ah, aussi, très important, very important. I forgot to mention that in the chat, I will copy again. You have the link to sign up for the next webinar, just in case, okay? So if you don't remember very well how to sign up, you can sign up today. So we are sure that you will receive in your email the link for the next webinar. So I will give you 1 minute in order to copy the last message, right? Where you have the link to sign up. And after signing up, you will be automatically in our list, mailing list, in order to receive the link to get to this Zoom. And this Zoom is completely free and open. So if you have any friends that are also learning French, you can send them this link so they can join this and have this guided conversation next Tuesday. À la semaine prochaine, Francis. Merci beaucoup d'être là, comme chaque semaine. Et merci à tout le monde pour être là. Donc, je vais vous donner quelques secondes pour copier les derniers liens. Et merci beaucoup, Roxie. Et bon, à la semaine prochaine, donc. Au revoir. Merci beaucoup.